Yeah, if you didn't live through it, you've got no idea what it was like. My earliest memories are from the mid 80s, and there were two types of cricket back then. There was when Australia was playing anyone else, and when Australia was playing the West Indies. The Ashes really didn't mean a lot to me when I was a kid because the series against the West Indies were just so much more significant. I remember at one point our next door neighbour knocked on our front door and had a piece of paper printed out that someone had shared with him, a list of 10 humorous ways that the cricket against the West Indies could be made fairer. There's all like one of them was Clive Lloyd must not be allowed to use his glasses. And it was kind of like before email. This was a 1980s version of something going viral. That's how massive the West Indies were. I had friends and still have friends who have no interest in cricket except the West Indies cricket of the 1980s. That got them into the game and captivated them in a way that they still support the West Indies 40 years later. So it is tough to see them, losing all the matches against Australia despite being competitive. But, I have those visceral memories of not that long ago of them being just so far superior. The first ever test match I remember between Australia and the West Indies, Australia got bowled out for 70 odd at the Wacker, and it was terrifying. I remember thinking if you were a player and you got selected to play for Australia in a test match against the West Indies, you'd be tempted to decline the offer. Such was the sheer scariness of how good their fast bowling was. And then, of course, Viv Richards rose above all of them. I've said this story before, but my first ever game of cricket at the that I saw live was at the SCG. It was a one-dayer against the West Indies. And Australia had the West Indies 3 out for not many. And then Viv and Clive Lloyd came together, and it was just good night. And I remember distinctly Viv defending 2 balls from a spinner just to sort of have a joke with the crowd as if to say, oh, I'll have to be careful here. And he defended them with such exaggerated caution that the crowd kind of laughed. We were laughing along with these guys are just too good for us. Viv got 100 that day. Clive Lloyd got a few runs. And of course, the West Indies ended up winning. So yeah, happy memories. And you never know. It could happen again. Just don't think it's going to.